Hey everyone, it's Natalie from This and Nat, or All of This and Nat over on Instagram. I'm a wife and dog mom living just outside of Dallas, Texas, and welcome to an Ask Me Anything video today. This is going to be really fun because it gives me the chance to answer some questions that you guys had over on Instagram and let you get to know me a little bit better. But I don't want this to just be one way. So if you're watching this and you want to answer the questions too, like as they relate to you, please feel free to do that. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what we have in common or where we're different, or just answer the question so that I can get to know you guys better too. And I know we're gonna have some people here at the premiere of this video, so definitely play along in the chat and I will be right there with you live watching this, and I can't wait to learn more about you guys. Okay, so let me just start with the basics. So my name is Natalie. I am married to my husband, Kent. We've been married for 3 years, just over 3 years, and we live in outside of Dallas, Texas, and we own our home. It's a townhome, 3 stories. You've probably seen me clean it before, and we have a dog named Toaster, who I'm going to talk more about because I got a question about Toaster, of course. What else? I have a YouTube channel. You're here watching it, but if this is the first video you're seeing of me, my typical videos are going to be cleaning motivation, organization. I especially love to organize like pantries and bathrooms and just those like big bulk spaces. I love that. Right now, I think it is October 28th. It's a Wednesday, and it is unseasonably cold here in Dallas. It's 45 degrees. That's why I have a hat on still. I actually knit this hat myself. If you're a knitter, this is the Nautilus hat. I think it's called Nautilus. I knit it many years ago and I wear it all the time, and I love it. I also have a new mic today, so that's just a little bit about what's going on in my life here right now. I'm sitting in my yarn room / office on the couch, and yeah, this isn't like the most beautiful corner of my home. I could have maybe picked a better one. I did try to put this little lamp on, but it kind of made, I don't know, should we leave it? We'll try it for part of the video. I wanted some kind of light, but I was like, this is very like yellowy glow, so we'll try it for a little bit of the video. Anyway, that's just a little bit about me, and well, I think that's all for the intro. I think we should get right to the questions. I've got tons of questions from you guys on Instagram, and I want to answer all of them without taking up your entire day, so I'm probably gonna do it nice and quick. So let's go ahead and, oh wait, we can't start yet because this is the last video of a series that I'm doing on my channel called Vlogtober. I've done a bonus video every Friday in October, and in the bonus video I've been just doing, different stuff. Last week I did a budget, check that out if you haven't already. I did a breakfast, like cook with me, and then the other one was, well, now I'm blanking on it. Oh, I did a day in the life, and it was a lot of fun to just get to do different things. You guys voted for them over on Instagram, and that was a lot of fun. But most importantly, on this video today, if you're here watching within the first 2 hours, that means before 2 p.m. Central Time on the day that this video goes live, then make sure to add your comment because you will be entered to win a $15 Starbucks gift card. It's been a fun way to have a little treat for October. No tricks, just treats for October, and I've really enjoyed doing that. Okay, now that all that's out of the way, let's get right into the questions. All right, first question is from Gypsy Bird, my friend Bethany. Hi, Bethany. Do people always call you Nat, or is it Natalie, or I'm sorry, do people call you Nat, or is it always Natalie, or is it Natalia? So yeah, that does cause some confusion, so I'm actually really glad that you asked me that. So my channel name is This and Nat, which is just a fun play on words and a play on my name. And I also have a knitting channel called Nitty Natty, and I do get called Natty a lot, but Natty is not my name, it's Natalie. So I actually don't go by Nat at all. Nobody calls me Nat. Like maybe occasionally a friend will just say like Nat for short, but I really don't go by Nat at all. I only go by Natalie. So I can see where that's confusing, and I appreciate you asking me that. So yes, it's Natalie. And I don't go by Natalia. It's not my full name. My full name is Natalie. It's what my parents named me, and that's what I go by. So no real nicknames over here except for, I guess, Nitty Natty sometimes. Okay, next question What kind of dog is Toaster? How old is he and where did you get him? This is from Cat Hut 1. So Toaster is a mutt. He is a rescue. We think he's part blue heeler. At least the vet does. He doesn't really look like a blue heeler. He is 5 years old, and my husband Kent got him before we got married, and he rescued him from, I guess, the SPCA here in Dallas. He went and I think he saw Toaster and they were gonna do something with Toaster. I don't remember, maybe he needed a shot or something. And so he came back the next day and he was still available. And so he got him, and Toaster is amazing. I love Toaster so much. He's the dog that turned me into a dog person because, well, I'm still not a dog person. I'm a Toaster person. Like if I come to your house, I love your dog, but I don't like dogs like licking me or like rubbing up against me. I'm still like that. But I do love Toaster, and he's made me love dogs in general way, way more. Before that, I was like, I'll never have a dog, and he's totally turned me around. I also love it when Toaster hops into our bed and like snuggles up with us. And like even 2 years ago, I said, I will never let our dog sleep in the bed ever. Well, I'm a changed person. I'm a changed person. Well, I gotta turn this off. This is like weird. Is that better? I don't know. Okay, so that's all you wanted to know about Toaster, right? More than you wanted to know. Okay, next question is from Ashley. Do you want kids? Yes, I do want kids. I am 28 years old. We've been married for 3 years, but we're still not ready. We're not ready yet. We probably, I mean, who's to say? We probably will have kids one day, maybe when we're ready, if we can. I do want kids. I'd like to have more than one kid, but that's all I really know right now. So not really sure where we are and like where it's going to be in the future with that. But yes, I would like to have kids. What sparked your interest in becoming a YouTuber? This question is from Jay Kella. So I actually started out with a whole different channel. So This and Nat is new. It just started in April of 2020. So it's only, a few months old. It's a baby. But I do have another channel that I started in 2018, at the end of 2018, and it is a knitting channel. So I started a knitting YouTube channel, and that's actually where I got started. So that I started with a Vlogmas where I did a vlog every single day focused on knitting. And then from there, I started doing weekly episodes, kind of like this, where I sat down in front of the camera, but I would talk through my knitting projects, what I was working on, what I was gonna start, like answering questions, just all kinds of things. And I still have that channel. I still do that to this day. I know many of you have come over from Nitty Natty and you're enjoying the content on this channel too, which I really, really appreciate. But I know I have some new people here. Maybe you haven't heard of Nitty Natty and you are a knitter or crocheter, then you might enjoy that as well. So that's where I got started. And I just had an interest in doing that. I had started blogging, and it wasn't enough just to write the words down. I wanted to talk about my passion about knitting, and so that's when I started my YouTube channel. And then for This and That, it was really just this year that I learned that there were even cleaning and organizational channels. I've always loved organization, always. I haven't always been so great about cleaning, but I am getting better, especially now that I am have this accountability. It's amazing. So that's kind of what sparked the interest when I think I started watching those videos in December. I actually, of December of last year, I think I started watching Simply Allie. And then I found Brianna Kay, Bits of Brie, and then I found her course, and it just this desire to start this channel kind of came over me, and it's working out great. So that's just kind of how it started. It was a little bit organic, and then I just started doing it, and I loved it, and kept going, and here we are today in October of 2026. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 6 months later. And I think it's something that I'm going to be doing for a very long time. So very exciting. But yeah, that's how I got started. Similar question When do you plan on making YouTube your full-time job? This is from Jack 1992. And then also asked similarly by Katie White. Are you wanting to take YouTube full-time down the road instead of teaching? So I am really planning to make YouTube my full-time job by the end of this school year. So currently I am a teacher. I'm not a classroom teacher. I am a reading interventionist at an elementary school. This is my 4th year at this elementary school and my 7th year in this district, my 7th year teaching. And it's a great job and I love it. But I want the freedom to make my own schedule, to travel, to move, and just do all of these things. And that is definitely much easier to do when you work for yourself. So I do plan on making YouTube my full-time job after the school year. So that's the current plan, and I am working hard towards it, and I'm excited for that to happen. All right, this was an interesting one. Where did you go to college, and were you a big partier? Okay, so I went to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Tennessee. I actually grew up in Nashville, so this was just 3 hours away for me. And I guess, was I a partier? That's like relative to you, I think. I mean, yes, I loved to like enjoy my Fridays and Saturday nights, had a lot of fun with my friends. You know, we did all the college stuff, I guess you could say, but we weren't like crazy in a sense of like a college student. Like if I did the stuff that I did in college today, you'd be like, okay, calm down. But like as far as a college student goes, I mean, I think we were, at least at our school, pretty typical for college. Luckily, I got all that out of my system in college, and you would never know that today, that I like to have a good time and go to a party, because now my idea of a good Friday night is getting my house clean and being alone and watching TV and knitting and going to bed early. So that is, I guess, the evolution of people. I don't know, of myself. That's the evolution. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And remember, if you have anything in common with me, or if you're opposite of me, or if you just want to answer these questions for you, please let me know in the comments or in the chat. I would love to hear what you were like in college, and also where you went to college, because we're really big college football fans, and so it's just a lot of fun to like meet other people that enjoy college football or went to these big colleges. It's a lot of fun. All right. What was the 20-minute ad for? This is from Already in Love. Okay, so I said on Instagram that I was watching a YouTube video and an ad came up. And you know how sometimes you'll get these really long ads? So you wait until you can skip them, and then you skip them, because you're not going to sit there and watch a 20, 30, 40-minute ad. Sometimes it's like a show. Well, this 20-minute ad came up. I didn't look at the time at first. I was doing something. I think I was knitting, and I couldn't get my hands free right away to skip the ad, and so I ended up watching like the first minute of it, and then I was hooked, and I watched the entire 20-minute ad. And I didn't just watch the ad, I then purchased the item in the ad. So that's the question, what was the 20-minute ad for? So the ad was actually for a drinkable supplement. And I've been kind of like looking into vitamins and supplements lately, so I know I was probably targeted on this ad because of my recent Google searches, and I just got it in the mail today. I think it's called Activated You. Anyway, I'm gonna try it for 15 days and see how it makes me feel. It's supposed to help you with just like general like digestion, and I don't know, it's just supposed to help you. So you know what? No harm. I'm gonna try it, and we shall see. I'll keep you posted on Instagram. But yeah, that's what I did. I think it was on Saturday. Oh my goodness, kind of silly. It's like the infomercials. Like when I was a kid growing up, I loved getting to stay up late and watching infomercials. Like I always thought that they were really, really interesting. So I guess that's just my love for infomercials extending to YouTube. I don't know. Here's another one. What is your favorite Halloween tradition? And this question is from HLandy01. So can I say that Reese's pumpkins are my favorite Halloween tradition, because I love getting those every Halloween. You know what I'm talking about. They're like, not the Reese's Cups, they're like the pumpkins, and they're way better because they're not hard on the outside, and there's more peanut butter, and they're just so good. For me, the ranking of Reese's holidays, as far as those shapes go, are definitely going to be like the trees are number one, then the pumpkins, and then the eggs. That's the order for me. I don't know why, but I feel like the trees are the best, and then the pumpkins, and then the eggs. So let me know what you think if you like those. This year, maybe it was last year, they came out with the bigger pumpkins that have Reese's Pieces inside. And I have to say Reese's Pieces really slow because in my head automatically I want to say Reese's Pieces, and I get made fun of for saying that. So Reese's Pieces on the inside, super good. They should have them at your supermarket, like by the checkout counter. If you like chocolate and peanut butter or Reese's Cups, give them a try. You'll like them. Other than like actual candy, my favorite tradition that Kent and I tend to do now is we order a pizza, we get some pumpkin beer, and we have candy for trick-or-treaters. Not this year probably, but and not this year because we're going to a football game. But traditionally we would get some pizza and pumpkin beer and candy for trick-or-treaters, and then we would watch Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus on Halloween. So we are going to try to watch those movies before we go to our football game on Saturday, but things are going to be a little different this year because of that. But it's still going to be really fun. Okay, can you share about your beautiful wedding ring? It is gorgeous. This is from Jaxo Cameron. Well, thank you so much. I will show you my ring here briefly. I'm making sure my hand is clean. Okay, so here is my wedding ring. It is really cool. Like the part that you don't get to see all the time is the back of it, and it's probably not going to want to focus, but it actually has a bunch of etching, and it has like rose gold bands, and it's rose gold on the inside, and I can't remember what that's called. I have that. Yeah, anyway, it's really, really intricate, and then my wedding band is just a infinity band or something, I don't know. So my wedding ring, we did go pick out together for the most part. So when we knew we were like talking about getting engaged, Kent sort of surprised me, and he took me to a wedding ring shop here in Dallas, and he was like, all right, let's see what you like. And I really had it in my head that I wanted a rose gold solitaire ring. Like that's what I wanted. And rose gold band, solitaire diamond, that's it. And I was like, I don't want a halo. Everyone has a halo on their ring. Halo being like the part around the diamond. And I was like, I don't want a halo. I don't like it. Everyone has it. I don't want that. And what did I end up with? Anyway, I tried on a bunch of different rings, and I ended up being like, okay, well, I like this about this ring and this about this ring. And I still like, I think I actually like I actually don't even know what my ring is made of, to be honest. The silver color, I don't know what it's made of, but I like that, but I still want rose gold in it, just like a little bit. And anyway, so I said all these things, and then my husband actually went to a jeweler and had it made. And then what's really special is on the inside of my ring and on the inside of Kent's, we both have an inscription of a Bible verse that talks about marriage in Ephesians. So Ephesians 5. But yeah, so that is the story of the ring. And then I definitely knew that I wanted an infinity band for my wedding band with different shapes. So it's hard to tell, but they're actually like circles and then like, I don't know, like football shapes around. So yeah, so that's the story of my wedding ring. Thank you guys so much. The reason that I wear the wedding band on the top of the ring is it's not really like a good story, but I know traditionally you would wear the wedding band underneath your engagement ring. But when, like on the day of my wedding, when you're actually getting married and they put the ring on, it ends up on top, right? And so my maid of honor, my friend Brooke, she goes, I really like how that looks on top. And it's really cool because it's kind of symbolic. It's like sealing, I can't remember how she said it. It's like sealing the relationship, sealing the marriage by having the wedding band on top. And that was literally on the day of my wedding. And I was like, okay, I'm wearing it on the top. And that's just how I've always worn it, is having the band on top of my engagement ring. So I know that's like a crazy, weird story, but that's what really happened. And that's why I wear it that way. Okay, that was a long part about my ring. All right, here's another question. Can you explain a little bit more about intermittent fasting? This is from Jen Precourt. So I have started doing something just last Tuesday called intermittent fasting, and I'm not doing it like to a perfect level. So if you're like an expert in intermittent fasting, like I know I'm not doing it exactly right, and I'm doing what is working for me right now. Okay, so intermittent fasting basically is having a period of time in the day where you eat and a period of time in the day where you fast. Now we do this naturally because we go to bed, right? But it's usually not a super long window. So the point of intermittent fasting is to extend that window and give your system like time to actually finish digestion. So it's not just always like finishing and eating again and starting again and finishing and eating again and starting again. Now the benefits of it are like supposedly less bloating, feeling like more energy, just generally feeling better. And then weight loss or fat loss can also be part of that. So where I started looking into it was on a website called The Faster Way, which is more of like a branded version of intermittent fasting. It's not like the only version of intermittent fasting, but that's where I started looking, and that's sort of what I'm following. So for their program, it's a 16-hour fasting window and an 8-hour eating window. So you would eat from they suggest from noon to 8 and then stop eating after 8. Now in between, you are encouraged to drink water, have like plain green tea or plain tea with nothing in it, or also you can have black coffee with nothing in it. But the way that I'm doing it for me and the way that I started last week is I have a bigger fasting window to get started, because I wake up early at 5 in the morning, and waiting till noon to eat sounded like a headache, like a literal headache to me. So what I am doing is I have a eating window of 10 to 10 or like 10 to 9-ish. And so in the morning, I will have a bunch of water, which I was already doing, and then I will have my coffee, but I'm not drinking it black. I'm putting collagen in it, and I am putting a little bit of almond milk, plain unsweetened almond milk in it, and I drink that, and then I wait until 10, and I have breakfast, and then I'm eating lunch usually at like 1, I'm eating a snack, and I'm eating dinner, and I'm eating my dessert with dinner. So I'm not really eating that much less than I was. I'm just eating it in a smaller period. I guess I'm not eating fewer meals, but I might be eating a little less in the meals. Anyway, and then I'm stopping anywhere from like 9 to 10 because we eat dinner kind of late. We usually eat around 8. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of trialing it, seeing how it's going. But yeah, that's kind of what intermittent fasting is. Look it up. It's actually really interesting. When I first heard of it, I thought it was crazy that you would ever like fast for any part of your day. But honestly, being in the second week, I'm not really hungry in the morning. When I ate my breakfast today at 11, I had half of it and I felt kind of like sick, like too full, so I stopped. And I don't know, it's just interesting. I think it kind of teaches you how to know when you're full. Anyway, that's just from the first week. That's happening. I got to give things longer. I'm a huge proponent of like trial and error and see what works for you. But yeah, give it a look. See what you discover. And now I have this new drink supplement I'm going to have in the morning starting tomorrow for 15 days because that's how many portions I got. Actually, I'm going to try to see if Kent will do it with me. So I'm like, okay, there's 30 servings. Let's each do it for 15 days and see if it makes a difference for us. So who knows? You know what? Experiment. Why not? Like, it's probably not going to hurt you. And if it does, stop. But that's intermittent fasting. Okay, I have a bunch of questions from my friend Linda of Vanilla Knits. She comes up with the most creative questions. So here's her first one. Do you like having a kitchen and living room in one room or would you rather have a wall in between in the next house? Wow, I really messed up that question. So do I like having our kitchen and living room together, or would I rather have them separate in our next house? So I actually really like having the kitchen and living room together. in my house growing up, they were next to each other. There was a doorway that went in, but it wasn't completely open. And I actually really love having the openness between the two rooms. The reason why is, you know what? I spend some time in the kitchen. Right now, Kent is mostly the cook. Like, he makes dinner, he makes lunch, but I clean up. So like at night, if we're watching a show and I need to go clean up the kitchen, we don't have to pause our show. We can continue watching our show. I really like having my sink in the kitchen island facing the TV so that I don't have to like miss out on that. I can still be getting my stuff done, but also be a part of like watching TV and stuff. So I like having them connected. I would not want a wall in my next house. Yeah, I think I'm a fan of the open concept. I hope that it doesn't go away anytime soon. Next question, share your favorite dishes that you cook or that Kent cooks or that you choose often at restaurants. So one of my favorite things that I love to make is called a tamale bake, and it's not really a tamale. It's like, it's really just like a casserole, like a Mexican casserole, I guess you could call it. It's, you know, ground beef and cheese, and I haven't made it in a while. You can put whatever you want in it, like whatever you would put in a taco, like corn, taco seasoning, and then you also do, I think, tomato sauce. There's something in there, there's a sauce, and that's the bottom layer. And then on top, you put cornbread. And I like to do like jalapeno cornbread or something. And you bake it in the oven, and then you slice it, and it's super, super good. I'll try to find a recipe that is really similar and put that below. Oh, we also like to put either jalapenos or green chilies in the mix itself. And beans. Whatever you want, you can put in there. It's super good. Something that Kent has like a lot of specialty dishes. One he's gonna make tomorrow, so I'll talk about that. I think it's Cincinnati chili. I can't remember the exact city, but I'll also find his recipe for that. But it is a chili that is famous at this chain of restaurants in Cincinnati. I think I'm saying it right, but it's different. This chili is different because it has cocoa in it, so it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. And they serve it on, get this, spaghetti with oyster crackers or on hot dogs. And it's really good. So it's been cold, so Kent's gonna make that tomorrow, and I am like beyond excited to eat it. It's super, super good. Now, as far as what I choose at restaurants, like I wouldn't say I'm the most adventurous person, but I do like, you know, different cuisines. So depending on what type of restaurant we're at, I'm gonna get something different. Like, we love to go eat Mexican food all the time, or Tex-Mex, because we're here in Texas, and I'll get like, you know, I might get a quesadilla, or I might get tamales if they have good tamales, or enchiladas. That's one of my favorite, enchiladas. Lately, I've been really into those. So yeah, just depends. If we go to a steak place, like I'm always getting filet because I don't like fatty meat. I don't know, if we go to just like an American restaurant, I like burgers. I don't know. I feel like since it's the food I like, I'm like, oh, I like the typical food, but I don't know. I love eating. So you guys let me know what are some of your favorite dishes to get at restaurants, because I could talk food all day. Okay, will there be a Nitty Natty Vlogmas? Yes. So on my other YouTube channel for knitting, I am going to be doing Vlogmas, where I will put a new video up every single day in December from the 2nd, because I start recording on the 1st, from the 2nd to the 26th. Every single day I will have a video up. So if you really like vlog style videos, then you might want to go over to Nitty Natty, check that out for December, because it's going to be really fun. I will have a lot of knitting in there, but it will also be life stuff too, and I think we're planning a trip, so it's going to be really fun. So yes, Vlogmas is coming this year. It's going to be different than Vlogtober because it will be a daily vlog. All right, are you a swimming, water, beach loving person? And again, this is from Linda. She says, I am, and I blame it on being a Pisces. So I am a Pisces. My birthday is in March. But no, I'm probably, like, I like the beach and I like the water, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like a water loving person. Like, I'm not really like a swimmer. I don't really do like water sports. I am definitely indoorsy. For sure. Like, I love taking a walk every day. I like getting some sunshine. I like being by the pool. But yeah, I wouldn't consider myself like a super water loving person. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite terrain is. Like, you know how people say mountains or beach, and I'm like 50-50 on them. Either one, but like also indoors somewhere is also very great for me. Okay, this is the last of her questions. Again, so creative. What are the stories behind some of the decorations and wall hangings in your house? So I'm not going to take you around my entire house and show you all of our decor, but I will tell you about 2 here in this room. So right behind me here, you can see the corner of it. This is my wedding shawl. I knit this before we got married. We had a 4-month engagement, so I had to find something I could make quick enough, but also be very intricate. This is made of lace weight yarn, and if you're not a knitter, what that means is it's just very fine yarn, not as fine as thread, but not like as thick as something you would find on your sweater. And it is knit in lace. As you can see, it's open with holes, and it also has beads on it. And it is something that I wore walking down the aisle, and then I took it off, and then I also took pictures with it, and then now it's just hanging on my wall so I can enjoy it every single day. But yes, it was so much fun to knit. It was so exciting to knit in preparation for my wedding, and it went with my dress. I don't know. It's just very, very beautiful, and I love it. And then I have one other thing in this room that I'm proud of. I didn't make it, but I am proud of it, and it is a yarn wall hanging. I actually purchased it, so it has at the top it has like a log, like actually from outside. It is real, and then it has all this fun blue and white yarn hanging from it. So I actually won this at an auction. I went to a church retreat for like a women's retreat on a Friday night, and they were doing a fundraiser, and people were bidding on this, and I actually got it for $100, which is a steal, you guys. Like a steal. If you were to go buy that, I'm sure it would be like $200 or $300. So I was shocked that I was able to get it for $100. I was so excited. So yeah, the money went to, I can't remember who we were raising money for, but it did go to that, and I got an amazing product, and I love it. So I'll have to look up the shop to see if they're still making them so I can link them for you, because they're super amazing, and I love having it hanging up here in my home. All right, one more question, and then we are all done, and I'm gonna disappoint you on this one, because the question is, can we meet Kent? And this is from Miss Crafty. Well, I would love for you guys to meet Kent, and one day you absolutely will. But for right now, Kent does not want to be on camera. But I hope to have you meet him someday. He is a wonderful man, and I love him so much. But I will supplement with a little bit of toaster here at the end. Would that be okay? Would you like that? Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to get to know you more, so let me know how we're similar in the comments and answer some of those questions, especially like the Halloween candy and the college. Let me know that. Don't forget to comment if you are watching within the first 2 hours, and just thank you so much for watching my Vlogtober series. It's been fun to create different things for you guys. Now, coming up this week, I am actually gonna have a video on Sunday. For the next 3 Sundays, I'm gonna be cleaning my entire house, like deep cleaning it to get ready for Thanksgiving. We don't have anything going on. We're actually going out of town. I just like wanna have an end goal of Thanksgiving, and I figured most people are gonna be either traveling or having people over. Why not have a super clean house? Why not have a fall cleaning as opposed to a spring cleaning and get everything really fresh? So if you wanna follow along, that's gonna be on Sundays for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna be exploring lots of cleaning methods, so you're gonna wanna follow along. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday with a new video.